right, horns up, folks. How is it going? Do we have liftoff yet? All right, while we're waiting for people to show up in the live stream, first of all, I got to say thank you to everyone who watched the new video, especially those who were on the premiere with me. If you missed the premiere, make sure you go check out the video. It's me trying the Hot Ones sauces, and let me tell you, it is an entertaining video, as well, at least I'd like to think so. And yeah, good to see you all here. Hello to everyone who's joining in the live stream. I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you so much. I'd appreciate it if you could all smash that like button on this video for the YouTube algorithm, as always. Hey Zion's Gate, and hello Marina, and hello Sajri, and hello Karthik as well. Hello everyone. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. So let's quickly talk about that video. So as I mentioned in that video, Jishnu, my editor, spice freak, he got that Hot Ones sauces as a gift, and he thought it was hilarious to put me through the ringer. And we were very lucky to get Licious on board. And I don't know how many of you are from India and how many of you are aware of Licious, but this would be the second sponsored video that I did on my channel. And I'm very grateful to them for supporting the video, because as you saw, the production quality was like super. We managed to get a 4-camera setup, professional sound, everything. Like, it was a great experience to film like that. A very unique experience for me. It's something I haven't done in a long time. I've done professional shoots before, but never for my own channel. So that was really cool and fun to do. So thank you to Licious for making that possible. And of course, if you live in India and you know about Licious, they are giving a 15% discount on all orders, I think for the next 30 days, if you use my code HBK Wings. And yeah, they have fresh meat, seafood, ready to eat products, and pretty good quality stuff. Especially if you enjoy meat, then yeah, you will enjoy what they have to offer. Hello to everyone joining in. Good to see you all here. Smash that like button, folks. Now let's get down to the show itself. The sauces. Let me tell you, those sauces, I mean, as you saw, the first 5 of them were like super, like they were actually made to be eaten. You know, it's like they had flavor, they had different notes, you know, like the pineapple one, then there was one that had tamarind, there was one that was more vinegary, and it was actually enjoyable to eat those, even though it's not something I would incorporate regularly in my diet, because I'm still a spice wuss to some level. But yeah, that part, like that first section was kind of easy to do. And then after that, it just went off the rails, man. Like, whoa. I was like, dude, it literally became like chemicals from a lab. And I think, I don't think, like, I think I looked more composed in the video than I actually was. But I was dying. Like when I ate Da Bomb, oh my, that sauce just destroyed me. Like it, I actually cried. I don't know if you could see it on camera because my glasses were covering, but I had a tear rolling down my eye because it was that hot. And Jishnu guards his sauces quite he's quite protective about his sauces, so we didn't like take each chicken wing and like coat it in the sauce because a lot gets wasted that way. So my hands luckily were not covered in the sauce at any point, because on Hot Ones I can see like a lot of people when they touch their eye and stuff like that, it's insane. But yeah, those last 5 sauces, they like completely destroyed me. And you know, it was mostly like mouth burning and stuff. But after we finished shooting, just before I started to like get ready to leave to go home, I started getting this gurgling in my stomach. Like So after that tasting was done and we had gone like through some of it, then my stomach started burning. And let me tell you, this might be TMI, but for the next 2 days, or at least day and a half, it burned when I pooed and I peed. Like, I'm not kidding. I suffered those hot sauces for 2 days afterwards. It was bad. I was like, I did not even eat that much hot sauce. But man, they ripped through me. I have never had it burn when I pee. It was like, oh my god. That is insane. Like, it was unreal. So I was like completely wow. I was like, that is not how does Sean Evans do this? Like, I understand the guests will do it once like I did it, and they go home and that's the end of it. They forget about this ordeal they went through, and it's one for the books. but Sean Evans is doing this on like a weekly basis. I feel like his stomach now is just accustomed to the heat, or like that level of heat. But yeah, so that was my experience in the aftermath of the show. Super fun time on set. I would love to do more videos like this, so I really hope that this video does well. I hope you guys have watched it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you will share it, like, subscribe, comment, all that stuff. And then maybe we can do more fun food videos. I'm always open to ideas. If you guys want to see something interesting, you want me to try some kind of foods or spicy stuff, I'm a little more adventurous now than I was before. Although I do not fancy ever doing this again. But one idea that we did have was maybe we could do something similar, but instead of using the hot sauces, we could actually compile like an all-star hot sauces of India, because India has a massive hot sauce market now. Like, suddenly hot sauces have become all the rage in India, and there are at least, I don't know, I feel like there are at least 30 to 40 companies making hot sauces of different varieties. So that's pretty interesting, and I think it would be a very, very fun idea. I'm just thinking, like, I don't want to eat any more chemicals that have come out of a lab. But we could do something interesting with that, Hey, Scottish and Proud, thank you for that. I'm really glad you enjoyed the keto meatloaf, and I'm happy to share more and more keto recipes as well. There are about, I don't know, I want to say there are about 350 to 400 keto recipes on the channel. So that's quite a bit of keto recipes. So yeah. Carol, that's the beautiful thing. I have no allergies whatsoever. Not a single allergy, not to gluten, not to vegan, not to carnivore. I can eat anything and everything, from sugar to wheat to white flour to pastries. I have no issues, fortunately. I also recently got all my blood work and all my tests done, and I'm hale and hearty. Nothing of any concern, so that's great. I like to now eat most things in moderation, kind of balance out life, I don't really make too many gluten recipes anyway, because most of your gluten stuff is baking, and I don't really do a lot of baking. I prefer to just, baking is a science, and I prefer to leave it to the bakers to kind of do things. I'm more of a person who cooks by feel and intuition. Like, I'll throw things into the pan and I won't measure anything out. Are any of you like that, or do you need like every single thing down to the last gram? Because there are some people who they can't cook without like a recipe giving exact measurements, even for like salt. Like, they want to know how many grams of salt or how many teaspoons or tablespoons of salt will go into the dish. And in all my videos, I'm like, guys, just season to taste, throw in stuff, lick the batter, taste the sauce and adjust the spices and seasoning to your liking. But a lot of folks are like, no, I can't do all that. You need to give me like exact measurement. So if you tell me to put half a teaspoon, I'm not putting like 1 gram more than that. So yeah, I'd love to know what kind of a cook you are. Are you someone who cooks by feel and intuition, or are you someone who goes more by recipe, like everything down to the most minute of details you do and you like tick it off? Let me know. Thank you, Carol. I hope you enjoyed the recipes in the book, and I'm so glad that you've been able to lose 23 kilos. That's awesome. Kudos to you. I'm so happy for you. MP Marlowe, that's you, not a gram over. Yeah, so I had to actually learn how to do that because I don't know if you guys remember my old keto recipes, the first few ones: cauliflower pizza, garlic parmesan chicken wings, cheesecake. Like those keto recipes, I just made them without really measuring stuff, and people are like, hey, what are the macros? And I'm like, oh, huh. So then I had to start calculating the macros, putting the recipes in MFP, and then once I had the blog, I had to like double check everything, and it became like a lot of work. So I'm still very proud of those keto recipes, and I stand by them like 100%. You know, even if you're not on keto, I think you can enjoy most of them. Sure, if you're not doing keto, you don't need to eat almond flour bread and coconut flour bread, and maybe you don't need a sugar-free dessert, but you can definitely enjoy the butter chickens, the palak paneers, the meatloaf, the pot roast. They're all delicious, and yeah, you know, can be enjoyed by single people, married people, family people. Yeah, Paula, that's awesome. That very old school of, you know, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, a smidge of this and a dollop of that, and yeah, I know that feeling. That was me for the longest time. I could never recreate my own recipes because they were just so random. But now, obviously, since I've been blogging and I've had to learn how to cook and write down measurements and macros and all that, now I'm more like, okay, I measure everything out. I know how many grams it is, and we've got a recipe that can be replicated. Of course, whether I ever replicate it and remake that recipe is a different story, but at least I know it's possible. Hey, we've got a few more people joining us on this live stream. Hello to you all. Where are you watching from? Do smash that like button on this video. I would appreciate it greatly. So I'm not going to make this a very long live stream because I really want you guys to go and watch the new video if you haven't already. I've already discussed the aftermath of that in the earlier part of this live stream, so you can always watch the replay. Valerie, that's exactly how I cook 90% of the time, even today. My lunch on most days is either fried rice or a sandwich made with whatever is left over in the fridge. Just pull out what is there, find a way to smash it together or stir fry it together, and that's it. We're done. That's lunch. Dinner is a bit more calculated. But yeah. So while I'm here, I can also give you guys, I know I don't do a lot of the, well, I haven't posted a lot of stuff in a while, but I am, ooh, thank you, Paula. I'm really glad you enjoyed that video. Yeah, it's not that they were unflavored as much as they were very chemically, they almost tasted like some kind of concoction from a lab. Like one of the sauces I said it smelled like tomato ketchup paint. Like if you bottled paint and tomato ketchup mixed together, that's what it smelled and tasted like. So it's got taste, it's just got a really weird taste, like nuts. But yeah, that was a really fun video. I'm so happy I did it. I don't think I'm ever going to be on the show Hot Ones in this lifetime. I just think that's, so I'm glad I got to experience it in this way with a fairly, I would say, very good interviewer, So yeah, was fun. Hey, we got a whole bunch more people joining in. Thank you all. Smash that like button as always for the algorithm. And if you've got any questions, hit me up. I'd love to answer any questions you have about the video we just did or any of my upcoming plans for the channel and all that stuff. And while you guys think of those things, let me ask you another question. How often have you guys been cooking these days? Do you find yourself using the kitchen more frequently, or are you less frequently in the kitchen? Are you ordering takeout or sort of pre-cooked or pre-packaged meals more than you are cooking everything from scratch? What's your kitchen life like these days? I'd love to know. So I've been eating a lot of restaurant food these days, if I'm being very honest, because I have another YouTube channel called Headbanger Eats where I kind of do food reviews, and a lot of restaurants and home cooks have been sending me a lot of food. And even though I portion control and try and just taste it and take a few bites, I have sort of been unable to monitor the calories very well, because like restaurant food, you can never tell. You don't know if they've put 1 tablespoon of butter or they've put 5 tablespoons of butter. So the calorie count is always like a very ballpark guesstimate. So I'll be honest, I've put on a little bit of weight, so I'm gonna actually be trying to do a sort of modified version of carnivore in the coming weeks, because I'm going to Bali next month and I'm pretty much going to eat a couple of kilos worth of food in Bali. So I want to drop a few kilos before I go. So I don't think I'd be able to do keto again or like full carnivore, because I still feel like I need fruits and some vegetables just to have that balance. So I'm definitely going to be doing a bit more low carb than I am right now. So maybe eat a little bit less of rice and bread, mainly because that's also more calories, right? Like a good big slice of sourdough bread is 150 calories. Add like 10-15 grams of butter on it because it's a big slice. You're looking at like 270 calories for that one slice of bread. So for me, I think cutting that out will help me balance the calories a bit. So like a modified keto carnivore kind of thing, because I've got some lovely oxtail in my freezer. I've got some bone marrow. I've got some short ribs. So I could do some recipes with those as well. Let me know if you'd like to see those. I did a lot of steak videos which didn't do too well, because I don't know if people are watching, or maybe steak has become very expensive. I know in the US meat prices are quite high right now. But yeah. Hey, thank you Casca. Thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate the support. Thank you Scottish and Proud. Wow. I really do appreciate the super chat. Very grateful. Means a lot to me. Thank you so much. Woohoo! Yeah, Carol, adlib is the right word. Make it on the fly. Just like throw stuff in a pan and see how it comes together. Sometimes that doesn't work out, but most times I think once you've been doing it for long enough, yeah, it kind of becomes your thing. Deborah, that makes sense. Absolutely. Like that's what I like to think. Like when I put my recipes out, I like to hope that they are kind of manageable for you guys to edit and adjust to your personal taste and your personal diet. Because everyone is doing a different version of keto or carnivore or whatever diet you're on. So I like to make the recipes flexible so that I know that like, okay, if this person does this, it's not really going to change much. It's not going to lose out on flavor or taste or whatever. So yeah. Hey Scottish and Proud, that's awesome. 10 pounds. Horns up to you, and horns up to everyone who's making progress. And I think speaking of progress, it's kind of important to realize that like it's okay to have an off day or something like that. Like basically just every day, if you keep at it, if you're consistent with whatever you're doing, you will see results. Like, I go for a 6 kilometer walk almost every day, like at least 6 times in a week. I'm walking 5 to 6 kilometers. So for my American friends, that's about 3 to 4 miles, I think, I walk a day. Actually, not. Yeah, I walk 3 to 4 miles every single day. So that means I try to get in about 10,000 steps, and I go to the gym and lift weights twice a week. And I think that's the thing. If you keep at it every day, even if you don't like necessarily see progress in a very large, like oh my god, I've lost like 3 kilos in one day. But over time, it starts to compound. Like, so now, even though I know I put on a little bit of weight, I'm putting on some amount of muscle because I've been doing a lot of heavy lifting. I also eat a lot more protein now, so I've been focusing on the protein macro quite a bit. So yeah, just remember that it's a journey. Like, even the destination, if you want to lose 20 pounds or 30 pounds, that's still, it's just a stop in your destination, because life goes like this, right? Like, you are born here and your life goes, and then somewhere down the line you die, and all your weight loss and all is just points in your journey, because the journey only ends when we end. I know that's a bit of a morbid thought, but it's something I think about a lot. Like, because obviously, having had this channel for 12 years now, and being sort of the keto channel from 2017 onwards, the whole, everything was about like losing weight, X amount of weight in X amount of time, and how quickly can I lose it. And I was always asking people, okay, even if you do a diet, any diet, for like X number of months to lose X number of kilos, what happens when you reach that point? Because you can't go back to what you already ate, and that put you in a place where you were like, I need to lose weight or get healthy or whatever. So you have to have a new plan the way you go this way. So yeah, that's kind of my philosophy on the whole thing. Venkat, I need to drink some water maybe. Venkat, bone broth is actually very nutritious, very healthy. I would definitely recommend incorporating it into your diet in one way or another. So if you're buying meat on the bones, make your own bone broth. Use that bone broth as a stock. So when you're cooking a gravy or a sauce or a soup, you can use that bone broth in those dishes. So you don't have to take a cup of bone broth and sip it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a more fun way to incorporate bone broth. So I like to do this. So like, for example, I told you guys I've got some oxtail now. And when I cook the oxtail in water, because oxtail is a very tough cut of meat, there is bone to the oxtail. It's a bone-in oxtail. So all that good stuff from the bones is going to leach into my broth, and that broth I'm going to use to make a lovely sauce for the oxtail. So that's a good way to incorporate all of that into your diet. So yeah, you can do fun things with it. I love using it in soups for sure. And if you live in America, you can even buy regular bone broth. Like, I think there's some Kettle and Fire brand that is the most popular one. Sounds good. Love from NH. By the way, thank you to everyone who's here on this live stream. Don't forget to smash that like button for the algorithm. Oh, fantastic. Venkat, where are you based? I assume you're in America, because I don't think in India you get Kettle and Fire. Yeah, Carol, absolutely. And the thing with carnivore, like keto, is in the initial 2 weeks, the first thing you lose is like a lot of water weight. And because carnivore is high protein, you tend to preserve a lot of your muscles. So that is one of the good things about the carnivore diet. So yeah, Good luck to you and your partner in whatever diet you guys are doing. That's awesome. Metal Dude, when is my next album coming out? Well, I just released an album that came out on the 31st of March. So, I mean, it's going to take me at least another year to write another full solo album. In fact, if you haven't heard my latest album, I'm going to drop a link here. You can stream the album for free. If you like it, you can buy it. Here is the album link. I'm going to pin the message. So this is the link for my new solo album. If any of you like heavy metal music, do check it out. Yeah, I think things like Carnivore, at least for me, the way I see it, like doing a modified version of Carnivore is something that's realistic for me to kind of balance out sometimes when I have more indulgent periods in my life. You know, like when I go on vacation or when I do a lot of tastings and things like that. So yeah, you got to find the diet that works for you and that fits in with your lifestyle. I used to do a lot of intermittent fasting, but at some point I started to not feel so good in the morning when I didn't eat. So I prefer to just have my breakfast and, you know, have a small breakfast. I don't need like a big English, like a full English breakfast. Just a little toast and an egg is good enough for me, you know. Because I'm a fairly early riser now. Like I wake up at 7 a.m. every day and I go to bed at like 11 p.m. at night. So it's a fairly long day. I try to get 8 hours of sleep at least. You know, because I think sleep is severely underrated. And I think sleep is, if you ever feel like you're not feeling good during the day and stuff like that, try and get enough sleep. I think that is severely underrated as a health factor. Like if you aren't getting proper sleep, that could be causing you more damage than anything else. Wow, this live stream has really time flies. That's what I was looking for. We're nearing in on the 30-minute mark. To all those who are still watching, thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate your support. I know it's Saturday night. There are a lot of people out partying or, you know, enjoying the weekend. So I really do appreciate you spending your weekend with me. I thank you a lot. In fact, my wife has gone to see Sound of Music, the Sound of Music, the Broadway musical. It's come to India. I didn't want to see it, so she's gone with a couple of friends. Though I did really love the movie while growing up. The hills are alive with the sound of music. Do a deer, a female deer, ray, a drop of golden sun, me, a name I call myself, far, a longer way to run. I'm sure you've all heard those songs. Anyway, folks, if you have any questions for me, ask away. I'll be happy to answer them. I really hope you enjoyed the Hot Ones Sauces Challenge video. If you did, make sure that you like, share, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. Hopefully, if you have... I don't know. Sorry. Lost my train of thought. Yes, it was the king's coronation in England today. Yep. Lot of information flying around about that. A lot of pictures, memes, videos, opinions. But cool, this has been a wonderful live stream. As always, it's been a pleasure. Thank you, Venkat. I would love to come to Toronto. Maybe in the coming years, it will be possible. The music industry is brutal right now. So booking a tour and being able to make it even financially break even is very difficult. But I hope it becomes a reality someday, and I hope I can come to the US and play with my band, and also Toronto and, you know, other places in Canada. So fingers crossed. Let's hope it happens. Anyway, that's all from me, folks. Hope you enjoyed the new video. Hope you enjoyed this live stream. Thank you all once again for your super chats, your supports. I greatly appreciate it. Till the next video, guys, cheers and keep cooking.